1 hour later, and this is what it looks like. Okay, now I take the cloth off, and you'll see this is like pretty much my funnest part here. And you take your fist and punch down into the bread. Isn't that beautiful? Anyways, you push down, take this bread out of the bowl, and roll it onto the island, or the countertop, I guess. So this is a little bit sticky, so I think I'm going to put just a little bit of flour down on the countertop. Okay, now what you're doing now is you're going to push down. You are not kneading it now. All you're doing is getting the air out. That's all you need to do. Okay. So now this is enough dough for 4 loaves. Now I need to get a sharp knife. And I'm going to cut this into 4 pieces. Now I do this extra little step that you do not need to do, but I really like to do it, and that is I have a kitchen scale. And I throw this bread on top of the scale and weigh it. And then I do the math and divide it into 4. And the reason I do this is just that you end up with consistent size loaves. You do not have to do this because you can eyeball it yourself, obviously, right? So, okay, close enough. So, put the scale away. Now, again, all I'm doing now is just pushing air out. You want no air in this bread. So you roll it over and make it into a smooth ball by same thing, going from the outside to the inside, pushing all the air out. Okay, so I'm rolling this up into a nice little ball. Put it off to the side. You can do the same thing with the other 3. Go from the outside, push down. If you could, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but you can hear air coming out of it. But what you want to do is end up with 4 balls with no air in them. Oh, 4 beautiful round balls. I get that same damp tea towel, put it over top. I'm going to wait another 10 minutes. Okay, it has been 10 minutes since I've let these little balls here sit and rise. Now it is time to put them into loaf pans. My loaf pans, they are over 30 years old. I've got 8 of them because I usually bake 8 breads at a time. They have never been washed because I never use them for anything but bread. And I would say too, if you plan to make a commitment to bake bread, then go out and buy some loaf pans and dedicate them to only bread. Because if I would bake a meatloaf in this pan, the next round of bread would get stuck in it and stuff. What I need to do now though is I still do grease the pan every time. And I use, the spray, right? So I get my loaf out. And again, what I'm doing now is pushing air out. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but all little bubbles of air are coming out. So same thing again now, you really want to get the air bubbles out because otherwise your loaf is going to have pockets of air in it and you don't want that. Okay, so push down all the time. So what I've done is fold it over once, fold it over again. This is sort of in thirds. And again, pushing air out. So now what I've done is I've gone like this. Okay, so what I've done is gone back and forth with thirds, pushing it down. Spray the pan. And I put it in so that both ends sort of tuck under a bit. Give it a bit of good hard push again, all the way down, all the way down. Push it off to the side. Next ball. Again, all the air out. Fold it over about a third. Push, push, push. Another third. Push, push, push. Give it a bit of a roll so that it, and sort of tuck it under a little bit here. Get the spray. Same thing. Tuck it in so that the bottoms are sort of a little bit under or something. Push down. Push down. Push it off to the side. Okay, and I put all four of them beside each other again. Go back to my towel again, which is still a little bit damp yet, and roll it over the 4 loaves. And again, now we wait. So now I'm going to set the timer for 25 minutes. And in 25 minutes, I will put the oven on, and the oven will be on at 350. Okay, the timer just went off for 25 minutes. It's not really time to bake this stuff yet because it couldn't rise just a bit higher yet. But this is what it looks like. Anyway, so what the 25-minute thing was for is so that I can turn the oven on and get it preheated. And I've got it set for 350. And now I will come back to it again in about 10 minutes. Okay, so here they are in the oven. And you'll see I've got 4 of them on a rack. It's not a good idea to double them up or anything like that. You want to try and make sure that the loaf pans are about ½ an inch apart minimum. Okay, and they're gonna sit in there at 350 for 30 minutes. All right, so the timer just went off. Let's have a look. And there you have 4 really nice loaves of bread. I will take them out of the oven. And now you'll see they just slip right out. And there you have it. 4 loaves of bread.